What do you make when you wake up in the morning and you find out that this fine has come down, even though partly expected? Is it truly become the cost of doing business for some of these global players?
Well, I hope it isn't just the cost of doing business, but when you look at the scale of the fine relative to what we think Alphabet is worth or its current market cap, it comes to something like 0.1%. So clearly they can handle this. But I think the important part about the positive case for Alphabet is just the strong tailwind of more and more advertising moving online, and Alphabet's in a perfect position to capitalize on that.
What did you make of Stadia yesterday, and how should investors start paying more attention to their playing in the game space?
Well, I'm certainly not an expert on the gaming space, but I think it's an example of a lot of the venture capital type investing that Alphabet is doing, which penalizes the income statement. And it's one of the reasons that Oakmark, as a value investor, finds Alphabet attractive. It looks like it's selling at somewhere between 25 and 30 times expected earnings. It would be pretty easy to pass on it if that was the end of the story. But by the time you look at the value of those venture cap investments, add back the losses to the income, look at a couple $100 of cash on the balance sheet, a YouTube asset that isn't fully monetized yet. And we think that for the search business, the business we know as Google, you're actually paying less than a market multiple. And we think it's a great business with a really strong tailwind.
Bill, as you kind of alluded to, this EU fine looks kind of like a hangnail to me for Alphabet and Google. I mean, given that it doesn't include any need to change their behavior, they've already done that. What sorts of changes for the likes of Google, throw Facebook in there too if you like, would actually start to cut into the muscle if some of this government regulatory attention started to require changes in how they do business?
Well, some of the political candidates are talking about breaking up the large tech companies. I don't think that would be ideal for Alphabet, but when you look at our reason for owning it, we think the most attractive part is that investors are not giving full credit for the other bets and for YouTube. If they had to be split up, it might actually make the stock go up, though we don't think that's long-term in the company's best interest. I think most important is the companies like Alphabet and Facebook are incredibly good at giving advertisers access to a targeted market. And if politicians get in the way of that type of advertising efficiency, I think that would start to be a negative for these companies.